Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome back. Oh my God. It feels like we haven't been here for about 1 year, but we're back. Do us a favor, please hit the like button, share, subscribe, turn up your notifications so you're notified when we go live. Without any further ado, please help me welcome the editor in chief, the I chief himself, the publisher of SharpEdgeNews.com. Hi, Chief Oladimeji Abitogun. Welcome, sir.
Thank you very much, Ola. It's good to be back. Like you said, it's been a fortnight since we last made an appearance on this platform, and our unreserved apologies because we know that some people, I mean, quite a number, if not everyone, that is tuned to us at this time and who are our regular listeners, they are hooked on us, and they know this is the weekly tonic that uh, gets everybody going. So that we were not allowed the privilege of invading the privacy of our regular viewers and their homes. It seems like an entire eternity. So we apologize. It's unintended, but it's always good to rejuvenate. There is always a place for renewal of energy to fill up. So it's good to be back. Thanks
Yes.
again for being part of what we do here. Whether at SharpEdge News TV or our sister platforms, and something so novel, something that is a new baby, an addition to what we do. The SharpEdge News Journalism Foundation, it's
Hmm.
on. And we would give an entire, uh, yeah, we'll give, copious time to explaining and shedding light on what this foundation is about. Again, thanks for having us.
Awesome. So let's get right into the weekly special. Do you have any special for us today? What's going on in these streets of
Well,
Nigerian
you can.
slash American politics? What is going on? But give us your special
Uh,
today.
well, let's call it a mixture of politics and medical related issue. You can see the color that I have on. I mean, this is something that is meant to create an awareness about the need for um, continued push for sustainable cure to all forms of cancer. And whether you're talking of stomach cancer, breast cancer, brain cancer, pancreatic cancer, um, uh, all forms of carcinoma, cervical, whatever form. What we are about is that we are not in support of the disease, but we are in support of the campaign to bring this under control. And every Tuesday, we try to wear this color, join millions of people all over the world on this pushback against uh, the spike in the way cancer is beginning to overwhelm the world, individuals and the world in which we live. If
Hmm.
you have had people in your family that has been victims of this uh, disease, of course, you don't even have to have anybody that has been victim before. Empathy moves you into doing something about it. So think of what you can do today, whether you give a donation to an identified um, charity or fund in support of research, efforts, or treatment options for everyone that is going through this kind of um, situation until this is reduced to the barest minimum and, if possible, totally eradicated. We look forward to that possibility someday. We believe in the miracle of medicine and science, and we know this is within reach. That is number one. Talking of cancer, how about the cancer of ineptitude or wrong leadership, whether in Africa or America, anywhere in the face of the world? On the face of the world, the truth of the matter is that bad leadership, irresponsive or irresponsible leadership, is a form of cancer, albeit a social form of it. And this week, we were all taken aback when Nigerian President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, BAT, made a detour from his trip, so-called state trip or official visit to China. And from there, he suddenly, instead of coming back to Nigeria from that long journey, he made straight for Buckingham Palace, where he was hosted by King Charles of United Kingdom. But that state visit to King Charles in London itself has now been outed, exposed as a decoy, a facade for what was what obviously was an attempt by the government of Nigeria to continue to push aggressive agenda of mendacity and deception as a form of governance or art of governance in that country of more than 230 million people. This week, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu showed up in London, and he was caught by spy camera attending St. Mary's Hospital in London. Meanwhile, over 20 billion naira was allegedly spent to put the presidential clinic, the Aso Rock Presidential Villa State House Clinic, to good use. In spite of that, it is not good enough for President Bola Tinubu as a medical care. So he surfaced in London and he looked emaciated. There has been all kinds of official pushbacks, positions, and attempts at manipulating the public. But the news that arose therefrom is that Bola Tinubu was absent on the job while the dam in Borno State gave way, and more than 37 people were killed. Communities overrun. As we speak now, more than 1 million Nigerians of Borno State extraction are displaced internally. And then President Bola Tinubu scandalously said he would have loved to journey on from London to New York, ostensibly to attend the upcoming summit of heads of states and government, the annual United Nations ritual in New York. So he said it just felt like he should breathe in for, say, like 5 minutes, solidarity with the people of Borno State, considering the tragic circumstance of the moment. So President Bola Tinubu would prefer to go to London, an annual ritual that has never produced anything concrete in terms of quality of life and good governance of the people of Nigeria. Now he said he was just stopping by. He made a 5-minute stopover, if just for 5 minutes. What a tone of insensitivity. We do not want to talk too much about this, but we look at it as a kind of cancer that insensitivity on the part of Nigerian leadership to make them to talk with them so deep a disconnect, form of disconnection from the feelings, the angst, whatever emotions the general populace in the country seem to be going through. And this is not a Nigerian problem. It seems to be an African problem. Look at neighboring Cameroon, the country east of Nigeria. Paul Biya, the over 90-year-old president, is never around, but he can breathe in at any time when it is election time. Is this the way? I mean, to say it in a street lingo, now like this we go. Is this the way we are going to continue to run things around Africa? Food for thought. Our report. Thanks for listening.
Thank you so much for that. Please help us hit the like button, share, subscribe, and follow. And please engage the conversation. Be a part of the conversation in the comment area. We appreciate you. We're getting into some trendy topics around the world, and we'll be right back. All right, welcome back. Let's talk about NNPCL and Dangote. NNPCL reveals new fuel prices from Dangote Refinery and Lagos and beyond. I'm going to read a little bit of this report that I found on it's a website called nairametrics.com. NNPCL reviews the Nigerian National Petroleum Company has released a breakdown of estimated petrol prices from the Dangote Refinery in its retail stations in Lagos, as well as other states in the country. In a statement signed by its Chief Corporate Communications Officer Olufemi Sowore, the company stated that it is buying petrol in dollars from the Dangote Refinery for September, and sales in Naira will begin from October. The statement reads, the NNPCL Limited has released estimated prices of premium motor spirit, PMS, also known as petrol, obtained from the Dangote Refinery in its retail stations across the country. Let's see. Furthermore, the company noted that the estimated petrol prices from its retail stations in Lagos are around 950 naira and 22 kobo per liter. This figure was derived after some calculation on the screen here. But anyway, the NNPCL also revealed the estimated pump price for premium motor spirit for September 2024 as determined by Dangote Refinery pricing. According to NNPC, PMS prices are not set by the government, but are instead negotiated directly between parties on an arm's length basis, in line with Section 206(1) of the Petroleum Industry Act, PIA. For the September 2024 PMS offtake, NNPC has confirmed that payments to Dangote Refinery will be made in US dollars, with transactions in Naira set to commence from 1st October 2024. The base pricing includes a flat 10 ppm price of $690 per MT plus a $46 premium, resulting in a total of $736 per MT. All right, so
so per MT will be per metric ton?
Per metric ton, I think so, yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So, well,
they have prices ranging in different states from Sokoto to Lagos, anywhere. Like the range is 950 naira to 1,019 naira.
That is understandable in the circumstance. Well, the problem that most Nigerians will be facing at this time And those of us, they are inclusive because when this thing is dropping right in the, I mean, shocking Nigerians right in their throats, we also, who have Nigeria, of a Nigerian extraction, whether by birth or ancestry, those of us in diaspora, they will call us, they will yell out to us for, or holler us for some kind of a rescue, save our soul kind of cry from Nigeria. But let's go to the main issue. The main issue here, beyond the fact that this product will be available in the market by way of petrodollar. It's an international commodity, and we know what the asking price is internationally at the moment. And from our findings and our investigation, we find out that the finished product, in this case, premium motor spirit or petrol or gasoline, according to sources at Dangote Refinery, will be made available to the public or will be sold to NNPCL, Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation Limited, at unit price of 55 cents per liter.
Correct.
So do that calculation. It will come to, because the problem here is the
52.
Yes. Well,
actually 55. 55 from Dangote, yeah.
Yeah, 55 from Dangote. So the problem here is the value of the naira, the weak the weak power, the strength of the naira. So if naira appreciates against the dollar today, say it comes to 150, you can find that this product for as low as 75 naira to 100, but it seems the government is not willing to do that. So it's not just the problem of Mr. President backing out a wrong command during his inauguration, saying that subsidy is gone. Yeah, subsidy is gone. Now, this thing ought to be priced in naira like we were initially misinformed, quote and unquote. Really, I do not envy the job of my brother and friend Femi Shoneye at this point. I know him to be somebody who shoots straight. Honestly, you put the entire pack at NNPCL together, I may not believe whatever story or whatever they want to be the talking point. But when Femi Shoneye talks, I tend to believe him. I know him very well. He doesn't have that gene of being quick to deceive the Nigerian public. But here he is the voice of a cartel that is really struggling to save the soul of Nigeria itself, the essence of nationhood for Nigeria. Because what is at question here is, what is the purchasing power for the average Nigerian citizen? If you look at minimum wage in the country, which is even a struggle now to get implemented, is work in progress. The minimum wage is pegged at 70,000 naira, and you put that against dollar. I'm telling you, the average Nigerian citizen would not be able to afford the cost of filling the gas tank of a family-sized sedan, an household vehicle. So, petrol will be, the country will be awarded with petrol if we believe what Dangote is saying, because from what we find out, our research is showing that refinery is able to operate at about 40% to 45% capacity now. So, on a good day, we do not know if they will be able to meet the required consumption pattern for the country, we do not know. But we can only err on the side of hope at this moment. We don't want to see anything that is gloomy. But our concern is, would Nigerians have enough purchasing power to get this going? Do not forget that NNPCL itself does not even have the means to say that, oh, this is the amount of crude we are making available to Dangote Refinery. They do not have it anywhere. They have to take it from the OICs, the what's it called? The international oil companies in Nigeria, with which Nigeria enjoys equity share through NNPC. So some of the critical mass of the petroleum crude available to Nigeria is already pledged ahead as collateral for certain loans for years. Some of these loans are so funny. Look at the one they sourced through, is it African Export Import Bank? $3.5 million, $3.5 billion. This is pledged against crude worth of about 12, when Nigeria will pay back the crude that is going to be given to Afrexim to defray the loan, to settle this loan, is going to be in excess of over $12 billion. I have never seen that kind of a loan package in my life. That is the one we know. How about the unknown ones? So this is the issue that Nigeria has to contend with now. So it's not as if the entire crude that is going to be processed or refined at the Dangote refinery would entirely be sourced from Nigeria. Or Nigeria is going to say, oh, we give you all this, you refine, and we can cushion the effect minus landing cost and all that. Let this be made available to Nigerian citizens. But, you know, the leadership in Nigeria has kissed care for citizens or citizenship governance. They have kissed it goodbye. They do not care. Even as we're talking of a flood in Borno, you can see President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is already in a hurry to get out of the country. He does not even have time to attend to his own health, talk less of the business of governance and concern for the nation. At this time, for whatever is coming out of Dangote and the deal with NNPCL to make any meaningful impact on the life of the average Nigerian, honestly, you know what plug to pull or what string to pull is to rein in the Central Bank of Nigeria, knock some sense into their head, let them know that this chaotic, unrestrained flotation of Naira would not augur well for anybody on the long run. And if these leaders do not really want to jettison democracy, that is, at elections, let the best party emerge and do not buy votes. Don't go on the auction block for the votes that will come from the citizen. Somebody ought to be worked through the electoral process for some of the intransigencies and wagged, crazy options that the ruling party in Nigeria has embraced over the last 9 years. It's been one form of misgovernance, hardship imposed on the citizens unwillingly after the other. And if they know that there will be accountability at elections, they will not be trying with exhausting. I mean, they will not be trying the costly game of exhausting the patience of their citizens. And they know the citizens would have to be pauperized first, so that when elections come, they just give them pittance and they vote against their conscience instead of voting responsibly and making sure that their votes speak. The votes will not speak. So they can do some of these things and get away with it. NNPCL has got to get its pricing right. Dangote has done so well. In 28 years, Nigeria has not refined a single drop of oil.
So this is
Dangote has been able to do this.
Mm-hmm.
If democracy must make meaningful, must make meaningful impact in that country, the option of market competition, free market economy must be embraced. So Dangote can tell them to go kiss the ocean, that he wants to serve the interests of the Nigerian people. And then he should just, he should free himself from whatever hold, leverage, blackmail NNPCL or the Nigerian Federation has on him. That way, he will remain the folk hero of Nigeria. You know, it's so rare to find a hero in Nigeria. But if he's able to stand as a man and let them know this is my money, it is my name that is involved, I don't want to be part of any cartel politics. NNPC, OPEC, what have you. I just want to serve the interests of Nigerians. And he could export his excess. He will still recoup whatever money so that I can knock off the loans that went into making this dream a reality. That is all I can say at this point. Hello?
I'm here.
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen petrol scarcity all my life in Nigeria, so hopefully this makes a difference. Like you said, it's the first time in a long time of
Yes.
a drop of petrol being refined in Nigeria. I think that's
Almost 28 years.
Yeah,
I told you how I joined a team of a battery of reporters on a plane with the then Minister of Information, Professor Jerry Hassan Ghana. And we toured all the refineries in Nigeria. When we got to Port Harcourt, I was pulled aside by a patriotic Nigerian who told me that the Romanians who were on site there for the so-called TAM, turnaround maintenance, contracted to Chrome Consortium, owned by Sir Emeka Ofo, that those people had no clue, and that everything they were telling us, the script they gave to us, was just lamba. You know, that is the street lingo for deception.
I want to end. Yes. I want to end this segment with a 1 minute video of fuel scarcity in Lagos in 1975.
Can you imagine?
Yeah, so I'm gonna play that right now, and then we'll be back.
I was just yes, I was the little boy then.
Yeah, so I'm gonna play that right now, and then we'll be back for the rest of the stories. It's just no audio, so it's just you can see 504, B2, the 404s all lined up here.
Generation of cars that have gone into extinction on Nigerian roads now.
Exactly. 1975. There's a Land Rover here. There's a man with the bell pants.
You know that 1991, when my mother died and the people were sent to me to go fetch me from the university campus in Ado-Ekiti. When we got this was the evening of December 16, 1991. We got to Ejigbo Motor Park because of fuel scarcity in Nigeria. 1991, I was a 300 level university student. We couldn't get a vehicle to take us to Akure. From 6 p.m., we had to come back to Similoluwa, all of residents, in the wee hours of the night, and passed the night, and then proceeded the following morning, December 17, 1991. So, like you said, this is a perennial problem. So, this Dangote's big bang impact.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be a serious game changer. But the details, the devil will be in the pricing details. This is
Yeah.
my concern. And this ought to be an issue of concern to the government of Nigeria and anybody that cares for the future of that country and its survivor.
Yeah. All right, we're gonna leave that at that. Thank you, everybody. Do us a favor, hit the like button, share, subscribe, and follow. Turn up your notifications. We have some other trendy topics, and we'll be right back. All right, welcome back, everybody. Elon Musk deletes post about Trump assassination attempt. What happened? So yeah, obviously over the past week or two, there's been some activities in the middle of the last 2 weeks. I think there was a debate. I want to hear your thoughts on the debate. And but this post I'm looking at over here is it's actually on CNN.com about the deletion of a post by Elon Musk. He deleted a post on Monday morning that questioned why former President Donald Trump has faced two apparent assassination attempts in recent months, while President Joe Biden and Vice President Kamala Harris have not encountered any. Musk later claimed the post was a joke. And I quote, and no one
that must be an irresponsible and costly joke.
Let me quote it.
Yeah, but notwithstanding, we condemn the attempt.
Of course, yeah.
The attempt to assassinate former President Donald Trump.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Let me quote and I quote, and no one is even trying to assassinate Biden Kamala with emoji. Musk wrote in the now deleted X post. Musk initially resisted numerous calls throughout Sunday night to delete the post. In one post responding to a demand to take down his remarks, Musk doubled down. No one has even tried to do so is the point I'm making, and no one will. But Musk was ultimately persuaded by an X post that said Musk's obvious intent may be misinterpreted. And I quote, fair enough, I don't want to do what they have done, even in a jest. Musk responded. He later posted several times that the deleted post had been a joke. Well, it's a stupid joke. I want to talk about that. I want to get your overall take on the debate. And
we will move from this predicate to the debate that was held last week, Tuesday. Honestly, in a past edition of our production here, remember I said there is a nexus, a connection, a meeting of heart, in the personality and disposition and the public actions of Mr. Musk, and ex-President Donald Trump. Donald Trump is a chip of the old block of white or right-wing extremism in this country. Understand his practices and how he was flagged for breach of laws against discrimination in the past, and how he was dealing with prospective black tenants on his property. Understand the involvement of some of his ancestors in the activities of a Ku Klux Klan in this country until that clan became insolvent because of litigation. And understand, everybody continues to refer to Elon Musk as an African. but is a different kind of African. He was born by Dutch descendants or the Boers, who at the time had invaded and usurped the place of African natives in South Africa. So the story must be straightened. So you see the meeting of minds there. I mean, these characters, where they are coming from. One is coming from a past that perpetuated and glorified apartheid, white minority supremacy in South Africa. Now he has somebody who thinks in that mode to work with, to associate with in America. And is it not, I mean, egregious for anybody? Because that is a dog whistle right there for attempts to be made on the lives of Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. Who thinks like this? Yes. No. This is a matter of logic, critical thinking. Inversely, that is what he has done.
Right.
And it's working free. This is exactly what is called white male privilege. That is what you witnessed during the debate between Kamala and Donald Trump. Kamala will be told, the microphone will be muted for Kamala. Meanwhile, Donald Trump will be allowed to range loose and just talk over her when it was not even his time. You see me gliding into the debate thing. I watched it. I lapped it up. And it was, for me, a gratifying moment to see Donald Trump whooped publicly. The butt whooping, I mean, if my language will be permitted, it was more than butt whooping. She whooped his ass. She whooped him thoroughly. Of course, the way Kamala walked on the stage that day in itself was an art. Everything, he stood where he was, crouched up and trying to give us this personality that is different, slashed over, almost like the African vegetable that you have dropped inside a a bowl of hot water. Not the same man that was running his mouth about town before. And remember the initial challenge from Kamala Harris, that whatever you be saying behind me, you come and say to my face. So she walked up to him straight, stretched out her hand, and that name you've been messing with, and gave him the first teachable moment during that debate. Kamala Harris, Vice President of the United States, and he had no option. He stretched the hand out and immediately she disengaged, because she would not want anybody to grab her by the push. Are you listening? Hello?
I can hear you. Go ahead.
Yeah. It looked like I lost you for a moment. So
for a moment, yes.
The encounter got really wild from that moment, and she was nailing him on and on, prosecuting him. How the world was laughing behind him. How, I mean, what was his name? How it would be the joy of Russian strongman Vladimir Putin to have him, yes, and continue to puppeteer him
and take his take his lunch,
like would hit him for lunch, and all those things. She did, yes. I do not really want to go the whole log into content analysis of the entire thing, because
there's a particular comment that I want to play for you, and I want you to respond to it.
Right.
So these are some people's opinions There's a guy called Tariq Nasheed. This is his opinion about what the debate was, or how it went. I'm gonna play about 160 seconds of it, and I want to get your take on it, if you don't mind. Are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay, hold on one
Listen.
second. Let me play. Let's see. Here we go.
She kind of came back and got him with, well, speaking of crime, you got a bunch of criminal charges. She got him with that. So there was some good back and forth going on there. There was some real good back and forth going on. Another thing where Trump got her is when they were talking about Russia and Putin, and Trump made a point, like, you were over there negotiating with them, with the Putin people and the Russian people and people over there in that part of the planet, the part of the world. You were over there negotiating, and when you got back a few days later, a war broke out. So your negotiating skills are trash. So he got her on that. So there was a lot of good back and forth going on. Trump got a little flustered later, and I can understand why he was getting a little agitated later. So that kind of threw him off of his game a little bit. And here's the thing, the questions were basically designed in Kamala's favor, if you notice that.
All right, so I'm gonna stop right there.
Well, this dude just messed up. Initially, yes, I was going to have some points of agreement with him, but honestly, to have kissed up to the nonsensical misinformation being trafficked by MAGA people this way, really, his conclusion really messed up the entire effort, and it shows where he belongs. Nobody leaked any. Yes, to want to have this notion, this suggestion that the entire thing was leaked to Kamala is, being copied outrightly from the propaganda of Donald Trump. That is a trash. It never happened that way. Now, something that really he was trying to touch on the what muffled and got Donald Trump
agitated.
Really agitated. It was the point at which, this thing that Barack Obama mentioned during the DNC, the crowd obsession. Right. That was the point. Kamala looked him straight in the eyes. That is always talking of this imaginary imaginary character of Hannibal or whatever, and the crowd size, and how people get bored and they walk away from his rallies. And she got under his skin right there, and you could see the demeanor, yeah. Honestly, she finished him.
I think finished him. And the highlight of the night is the dogs and the cats being eaten in
Illinois. So in Illinois, and it was fact checked, and then he unraveled from there. even this talk of this attempt at suggesting that you went there, it was a trash on your negotiation. That point did not really land. It did not land.
Yeah.
Remember the expose that we all got about how Donald Trump brought Taliban people to our revered and hallowed what's it called? Was it Camp David? Wherever, for negotiation. All those things were thrown on Donald Trump's face. But the worst of all was the way he himself demarketed himself, saying the Hungarian strongman approves of him. It reminded me of this man that used to tend our school company in those days. We used to call him Atogo. Some people used to call him Agekwejo. Our former school, our former principal, our school principal saw him early in the morning. He said, "Yes, you moron, come here." And Agekwejo went all over the school compound, jumping up in joy, saying, "Oh, I saw the school principal this morning. He gave me a fantastic name. He said I'm a moron. He said, oh, he called you what? Moron. So, and you are rejoicing about that. So, Hungarian strongman called Donald Trump, applauds him, a despot, a dictator. Look at the company he keeps. Honestly, he was the man that ultimately nailed his own coffin. Even in his, Kamala succeeded at burying him. But even in his death, he still made that zombie thing and nailed his own coffin. That is this is my conclusion on the event of that day. Kamala Harris won the debate hands down.
Yeah, I think.
And I think this notion, for example, look at this second attempt on his life. The way the corporate media, they don't act like mainstream media, like SharpEdgeNews. The way the corporate media is trying to market it and misinform and disinform all of us. Oh,
I mean, they are reporting.
That guy never fired a shot at him. You said?
So there's a lot of reports, and they're questioning their own reports, and there's a lot of.
Yes, because this is the way they are stoking the monster, always playing up the demagoguery and the whatever, the monster waiting to happen inside Donald Trump. It's all he has done everything to destroy the media in this country. Yet the media is so obsessed with him.
Yeah,
they try to give him this larger than life image. That guy never fired a shot at him. We don't know. Let the FBI continue with his investigations.
Right.
Let the Secret Service, let them put together the facts. But this attempt to now make it look, in fact, what expert opinion is saying is that the likelihood that if that guy had fired a shot at Donald Trump, that the thing would have landed. They were giving it a low mark in terms of possibility of the thing.
It's almost impossible. Okay.
But they also forget to mention the fact that Donald Trump had been sat down. He was given enough lessons about how he should minimize. Lesson his visit to all these Gulf cousins. But you know what? He has lost all the appeal. Generals and all kinds of people are dissociating themselves from him. Nobody wants him near the White House anymore. He has to pander to all this so-called, and I don't want to minimize it. Sorry about that.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
It's okay.
He has to play it up to make up for the loss in a public. You said?
I must say this. That guy that I played his audio just now, he was trying too hard to play the middle.
He's not playing at the middle. He's biased. It's obvious for him to have even tried to discredit.
So I know him well enough. He's trying to clear. I know him well enough that he's not just coming all the way to support Trump. He's not doing that, but he's also trying to fake play a devil's advocate of some sort.
Well,
and it was trying so hard.
That advocacy has not landed well. You need to retract from that. That's some advocacy taken too far. He's toying with the emotion of this country at this moment. Nobody wants to hear that because that's not what happened. We are tolerant of all views.
Exactly. That's not what happened.
Yes, that's not what happened. There was no leakage. Sorry, Jumbe now.
The headline, the headline says, was Kamala being fed answers? Was Kamala being fed answers during the debate?
That is the typical thing that Donald Trump and the MAGA idiots went to town with. Really? No, yes, that's what they've been. That is what they've been. I met a good friend, a Trumper, who thought, that was being whispered to her. So I said, where? Even if they had brought Osonyi, that means that they would link with Igba in Nigeria and they would say Osonyi is talking. Where is that proof? They played that game on me somewhere in Nigeria. I was looking for the wire connecting that thing. We can't find that wire connected to the ears of a Kamala Harris there. So these people should stop this trash. They failed. They failed. And look at the way he quickly went into the spin room that day and was declaring victory and saying, oh, you know, when somebody is beaten, that is why they ask for a rematch. He doesn't want to come anymore because he knows that second time is going to be serious. Yeah.
I want to give you.
It's going to be a disaster. You said?
I want to give you one last critique of Kamala's debate. Okay, so I'm going to read it. It says, first, she ignored every question about immigration. Second, when Trump was asked about his questioning of her blackness, she didn't say that she was black at all. She just laughed. She never said she was a black woman. What do you say about that?
Well, that response in itself was pregnated, that she didn't say anything. The best answer for a fool is to ignore.
Silence, right?
Yes. So, I mean, who is Donald Trump to tell us the the statistics? What is it called? The data on our color pigmentation.
Mm-hmm.
Who is it? Was it there when God did the act?
Yeah.
It was not part of the creation process. So it's idiotic for anybody, less Donald Trump, to want to calculate how much of anybody is black or brown or whatever, or chocolate. Now, to the other issue of her ignore or that she ignored the question on immigration.
Right.
She did not. She did not. She made it plain and she articulated it the way to follow and pointed out that the only person who has paid lip service to immigration reform has been Donald Trump, because there is nothing in it for whatever is going to work for the public. Remember how he invited over Republican congressional members.
Mm-hmm.
Even when the original bill, the sponsorship came from the Republican caucus. But the moment he knew if that thing passed, it will halt his chances in the election, and he needed something with which to campaign. He instructed them otherwise. And that was the story Kamala Harris stuck with, and which she told all of us. And we were part of, we witnessed it all in this country. So there is no rehashing of anything. So she did not ignore it. You know, people remember that that group, and then immediately after the debate, they gave 67% pass mark to Kamala Harris, and that is where I stand. She whooped him hands down. He had nothing to grab that day. He had nothing to grab. He saw the stuff a sophisticated woman is made of.
Okay, all right, good. Let's round it up right there. Hit the like button, share, subscribe, and follow. Join the conversations in the comment area. Not too how you did. All right, so we have another topic from Trendy Topics for the day, and then we'll be right back. All right, let's talk about Sowore. Sowore, DSS denies role in Omoyele Showore's shocking arrest and release. I'm looking at a report here on, I guess, Arise News, right? Sowore was, I actually watched an interview he did with Mr.
Ruben Abati.
Yes. So the Department of DSS, Department of State Service on Sunday washed its hand off the arrest of the presidential candidate of the African Action Congress in the 2023 election, Omoyele Sowore. Sowore was arrested on Sunday morning at Murtala Mohammed International Airport in Ikeja, Lagos State, by Nigerian immigration officials, but later released. A source at the DSS said the agency had nothing to do with the arrest, as being speculated by some media platforms. He said, though the politician was once on the watch list of DSS, his name had since been removed, and therefore there was no reason to arrest him. The source said, "We have nothing to do with Sowore's arrest. They used to be on our watch list at the moment." Okay, they're repeating themselves. Sowore had written after his arrest, "I have just arrived in Nigeria from the USA at MMIA in Lagos. Upon reaching Nigerian immigration, my passport was seized and they told me they had orders to detain me. This is not unexpected because I have always known that it is part of the broader clampdown." Meanwhile, Sowore was said to have been released minutes after his arrest. In a post via his official X handle, Sowore revealed that he had been released by the Nigerian Immigration Service and his passport was also being released. "I have just been released." Okay. Meanwhile, the Defense Headquarters, DHQ, on Sunday ordered an immediate investigation into viral video footage alleging unjust incarceration of a naval rating Abbas Haruna for 6 years without trial. Okay, so why are Nigerians? Okay, why are these Nigerian officials?
First thing first.
Okay.
You see, the media is allowing itself to be used to do some dirty trafficking in misinformation. They call it they call it fake news. No, I don't like borrowing words of
Donald
Trump and lying Muhammad. No, I won't.
Oh, okay. Lai Mohammed also says fake
yes.
news. Okay.
Or if he has a huge contract working for an international concern, currently saying, I don't know the details of the contract, but then something on working against fake news, something so so nebulous, amorphous, and I don't understand. But let's go back to the attempt. Is Sowore still a presidential candidate at the moment? You see the way they want to reduce the thing to, they want to he's a politician who is aggrieved. That is the point they are trying to say.
Are you saying they want to paint him as a sore loser?
That is what they are trying to do. even when they know that there is bad governance and there is need for the thing to be put on track, they won't address the main issue. So now they are forgetting that he is a news publisher. They are underplaying the fact that he is a journalist.
Right.
They do not want to give him credit for being a human rights, civil rights activist. So it's all about politics. You see how culpable the Nigerian corporate media is. And anyway, they have never been comfortable about the pack of us diaspora journalists who are they always view us as us versus them. They are not comfortable with us. And anyway, today in Nigeria, because of our pioneering work in the US here, everybody is falling over heels. Even people that were queried and had to be sacked from one media media corporation or the other would also wake up one day and start news blogs and news websites, and we have no grounds against them. It will be Darwinian law, Darwinian rule, survival of the fittest. Let everybody come on board. But to the issue of Omoyele Sowore,
right,
what you find playing out there is what is known in intelligence circle as plausible denial.
So they're just being in denial.
That is it. They know they did it. Even that I'm talking to you at the time, alongside Omoyele Sowore, Jackson Ude, Sunday Fashe of African Examiner, Jackson Ude upon Blank News, Emeka Asiwe, Emmanuel, of Uwu Online, and so on and so forth. Oladimeji Abitogun, SharpEdgeNews.com. I was also on the watch list.
You were on the list?
And, oh, yes, of course. You need to just put my name online. You will see how many times, or some of the times, I was actually stopped and detained at the airport. What did we do? Just because we try to keep the Nigerian system honest, make sure that they operate with integrity or in integrity, and then give honor to the black race, so that wherever we go, we can also stand tall like every decent member of the human race. That is the only crime. It took the personal intervention of somebody like Dr. Ruben Abati at the time, the former President Goodluck Jonathan. Even after they made that intervention, they never really completely stopped the attempt at embarrassing us at entry and exit points in Nigeria.
At the airport, yeah.
Yes. I mean, every time, even now, whenever I go through the airport, they have to stop me. Even as I'm talking to you, just because I was trying to keep the governor of Ondo State honest the other day about the declaration on Alayede's too. It's part of the body of laws in Ondo State. And then a court suddenly ruled that one kingmaker could single-handedly bury or install a king or regent. And I said, where? It's not part of the declaration that was officially gazetted for our community. So I now challenge that as a breach of the oath of office of the governor. Don't be surprised if tomorrow I go to Nigeria and then I'm on the watch list. All kinds of funny things. You don't obey your own laws. You treat your citizens with disrespect. And then Sowore says, this must stop. Let us also behave as part of human family. If everybody says that we are less human, can't we really prove ourselves worthy and say, no, we are peculiar. We are a royal people. And this is not in our character to behave irresponsibly or to carry on with ineptitude in governance. And then you create all kinds of watch lists. Of course, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu understands the name of the game. He doesn't want to get that black eye. And next week in New York would really have been so dirty for him. We were really waiting for them to take Sowore, and then we will show them what is called civilized standard. Because there would have been no way for him to make an entry into that United Nations building. We had planned to be there in full force. But thank God. God says Nigeria is unfinished business.
Should we thank God?
Yeah, well, we should thank their imagination as well. They learn very fast to think out of the box.
Okay. I think
people like Desiani and so on will tell them what we are capable of doing.
Right.
They should tell them that in this America, so long we don't touch Tinubu, we can make things difficult for him internationally.
Okay.
And we all have to behave and respect.
So you don't believe
the citizenship. You said?
So you don't believe Sowore was lying?
Sowore did not lie. Why? No, Sowore is not a liar.
Some people believe he collected money. Remember that report from like a couple of weeks ago? Some people believe that he manipulates social media and the media in general to just put his name out.
No. Please get the context, because we reported on that leak itself.
Right.
So we reported on it. What happened was that some people have been using the name of foreign-based Nigerian journalists, media organizations, to steal, to loot the treasury. And they would say they have given Sowore this money. Sowore himself was the one who made it public. He sent it to me. That leaked memo was sent to me from Sowore. So if it was true, would he have The truth of the matter is, you must understand what is called the phenomenon of crisis merchants. These people are, yes, they are feasting off the crisis in Nigeria. And that is the nature of vultures, birds of prey. They are looking, they will overrun the carcass of or the crisis point. That is how they make their living. That is how they survive. And that is why they would name, of course, the relationship between Jackson, Ude, and I. That same country, a huge lie was told against me by the late Dora Akiyili, which I told you never happened. She gave me money, I think 100,000, and immediately I tore it open and gave it to all the security people around her. My production assistants were asking me why I said it's a setup. But she went to tell another story later. May God rest her soul. You see, when you are dealing with people in power, these people are smart in their own way. Understand what the Bible says. You understand? While we are so gentle as doves, we must be swift as serpents too. These people, they will do anything to destroy anybody. I would always pray that providence will show forth for Sowore and everybody that wants the best for motherland Africa, particularly our fatherland Nigeria. What do we gain? What will we gain from destroying him as a person? What is it going to benefit any of us? So are we cursed that no hero must rise amongst us? Sowore is an authentic hero of Nigeria. Let nobody continue to fool him or herself that he can be destroyed like that.
Yeah, I mean, my overall take, because I was talking to another brother on Sunday, and he's the one that all my devil's advocate about Sowore, he's coming from, source from him. He's the one that's coming up with those things. And my thing is that if he really has any dirt on him, they would have exposed him. I don't think they will go this far. I think I don't think they have anything on Sowore. I think
yes, his media outfit is well funded through grants. There have been times in the past that I would say, Sowore, we want to syndicate corporate advice to you. He said no.
Yes. So, and I also made that. I said the guy.
I was a pioneer. I was a pioneer member of the board of Sahara Reporters. Sowore will confirm that to you. Of course, you know that. Yes. So the truth of the matter is that I know his standard to some extent.
Right.
And he is principled and is not scared of poverty.
I call it stubborn. You call him.
You said?
I call it stubborn. You call it principled.
He has principled disagreements with people, yet he agrees with a lot of people on a number of issues. You cannot just rubbish such a figure. Nigeria will need him for a very long time. Nigeria will need him for a very long time. This is not about me or anybody. We do not stand to get anything from deliberately trying to destroy ourselves. If you play that kind of game.
I like that you brought up that they keep bringing up the presidential candidates nonsense. That's not
it's a way of demarcating themselves, and they think they don't want to give him. They don't want to give him his right, especially the corporate media. They look at some of us who pioneered online journalism as disruptors.
They want to keep making him inconsequential.
But can they really do that? Can they?
I think it's true. Yeah. I think Sowore is going to be around for a long time.
He's a phenomenon. He is a phenomenon. In fact, he's an enigma.
Yeah. All right.
This is a gene that cannot just easily be bottled like that.
Yeah.
Go. He's from Kiribo. And I love the spirit. I tried to talk him out of going to Nigeria, but you see what he would not even broach the topic. You see the stuff he's made of. He has dealt them, but market these people now that they have not been able to achieve it the way they want, they may also want to go covert.
Mm-hmm.
To do that in a surreptitious way, every Nigerian must watch out. There is, we have had enough bloodshed in this country. We need to stop this avoidable situation in which we kill our true prophets. Are we so caused?
That's a black people problem. Oh, everybody hit the like, share, subscribe, follow. Please join the conversation. I think we have another one in the bag. Hopefully you've been enlightened, educated. We will see you guys on the next one. Well, yes, we're back now. We're back officially. So we'll see you on the next one. All right. Take care. Bye now.
Thank you.